Photographic artist Chris Washington, Daniel Kaluuya, hesitantly consents to meet the family of his white sweetheart Rose Armitage, Allison Williams. He is uncertain of it buying a warm gathering. During their drive to the family's field home, they hit a deer and report the occurrence. The white police officer requests Chris's ID despite the fact that he was not driving, yet Rose mediates, and the experience goes unrecorded. At the house, Rose's white guardians, neurosurgeon dignitary, Bradley Whitford, and specialist/trance inducer Missy, Catherine Quicker, and her sibling Jeremy, Caleb Landry Jones, make foiling remarks about individuals of color. Chris sees that the dark laborers at the bequest are uncannily consistent. Unfit to rest, Chris goes outside to smoke and sees janitor Walter running from the forest. Missy gets Chris returning and talks him into a hypnotherapy meeting to fix his smoking compulsion. In a daze, he relates the passing of his mom in a quick in and out when he was a kid, about which he feels remorseful. He sinks into a void Missy calls the indented place. He stirs accepting he had a bad dream, however acknowledges cigarettes currently revolt him. The dark maid Georgina, Betty Gabriel, turns off his telephone, depleting his battery. Many rich white individuals show up for the Armitages' yearly social affair. They look into Chris, respecting his build or communicating reverence for dark figures like Tiger Woods. Chris meets Logan Lord, Lakeith Stanfield, a person of color who likewise acts unusually, and who is hitched to a lot more seasoned white lady. Chris calls his companion, dark TSA official Bar Williams, Lil Rel Howery, about the entrancing and the weird way of behaving at the house. At the point when Chris endeavors to covertly photograph Logan, the camera streak makes Logan insane. He entreats Chris to get out. Senior member claims Logan experienced an epileptic seizure. Away from the house, Chris convinces Rose to leave with him, while dignitary holds a sale with an image of Chris in plain view. Chris sends Logan's photograph to Bar, who remembers him as Andre, a missing individual. While pressing to leave, Chris finds photographs of Rose and earlier associations with individuals of color, including Walter and Georgina. Rose and the family block his exit and Missy mesmerizes him. Thinking a connivance, Bar goes to the police yet is criticized. Chris stirs lashed to a seat. A video show highlight, Rose's granddad Roman, Richard Group, makes sense of that the family transfers the cerebrums of white individuals into dark bodies. The cognizance of the host stays in the depressed place, observing yet feeble. Jim Hudson, Stephen Root, a visually impaired workmanship seller, tells Chris he needs his body so he can acquire sight and Chris's creative gifts. Chris plugs his ears with stuffing pulled from the seat, impeding the entrancing orders. At the point when Jeremy comes to gather him for the medical procedure, Chris cudgels him, skewers dignitary with the tusks of a white-tailed deer mount, and cuts Missy. Chris takes a vehicle and drives away yet hits Georgina. Recollecting his own mom's demise, he conveys Georgina into the vehicle, yet she is possessed by Rose's grandma Marianne. She goes after him, and he crashes, killing her. Rose and Walter, who is possessed by Roman, find Chris. Chris stirs the genuine Walter with his cell phone camera. Walter takes Rose's rifle, fires at her, hitting her, and commits suicide. Chris starts to choke Rose yet can't force himself to kill her. Bar shows up in a TSA vehicle and he and Chris drive away.